What's up, guys? Shane P here today, and I'm here with my wife,
Ashley. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? And today we have another spoiler full breakdown review for you guys. So, spoiler warning for you guys. It's gonna be on the book from awaupshot called HotELL #1, but HotELL with 2 L's highlighted with hell. So we're gonna show the book.
Hell.
HotELL. So yeah.
HotELL hell.
This was a really interesting book. We're gonna review the cover for you guys.
So it's a 4-part series, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It's this 4-part miniseries from Upshot, AWA Upshot, and it's it seems to me like it's a horror anthology. That's just me. That's just what I got from the book. But in this cover,
so on the front cover, you see a person, a man with an axe in one hotel room, another little girl looking like The Ring with the long hair, really ominous.
Mm-hmm.
A woman with a baby, and some type of S&M kind of latex dude, and a woman in a chair,
right,
getting ready to get pounded.
So that's the cover for you. Yeah, I'm guessing that's all of the stories that they're gonna tell throughout the series, huh? I mean,
that's
just
what I'm assuming,
guessing,
especially
right,
because of what we read, and she's on the cover.
Yeah. So, like I said, let's just get to it. It reminds me of American Horror Story. If you guys watch that series, HotELL, and this exactly is what it's like.
A lot like it.
So the book opens up, and it opens up with like this, I don't know, semi-creepy looking dude. He doesn't really look creepy to me.
It's like the narrator.
Yeah. So
think of Creepshow.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, and it's just this random old dude.
Yeah. So it opens
introducing us.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I get. I felt like Creepshow vibes. You know what I'm saying, when he started
with the introduction.
Yeah, and like narrating and
like welcome to HotELL hell kind of thing.
Yeah, and it opened up with like this massive painting, and he was talking about how like he was just speaking. Actually, it felt like he was speaking to the reader, like you or me, if you were reading it. And he was like just talking about the crazy things that's been going on, and he's like, and he speaks about this this one woman that came to the hotel.
She's in room 3.
Yeah, no, room 1.
She's in
the person that's reading it, or the person that he's speaking to, is in room 3. He passes.
Oh.
He gives. Yeah, he ends up giving realize.
So he's speaking to the person in room number 3. Actually,
yeah.
We assume that he's speaking to the reader.
That's what I thought.
We just figured that out by looking at the page.
Yeah.
So the woman who this story focuses on is in room 1,
right? And
he is speaking to the person in room 3. Okay.
Yeah, and he was pretty much saying that there's a lot of crazy things that happen to everybody, and there's a reason why you came here, and he said everybody has a story pretty much, and he ends up trying to tell this story, I guess, to this person in room 3,
and a roundabout way.
Yeah, and then so that's pretty much it, and he opens it up, and instead it feels like some Creepshow vibes, and it gets right into the story of this woman, and she looks like she's on the run, and like she's been running for a minute, and she ends up at the the hotel is called the Perriott Courts. That's what it's called, and she ends up going there, and it's a pregnant lady, and I'm gonna show you guys. And she's right there. That's your main character, and she's like super pregos. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So she ends up showing up, and the clerk greets her from the first page. He ends up greeting her, but it's not the person he's speaking to. That's just like another person. If you guys got confused with that. He's end up just showing her around and walking her to her room and stuff like that, and on the way there's like this random path and stuff like that, and he was telling her not to go down that path because it had like some tricky terrain and stuff, and because her condition, because she's pregnant, and he didn't want her to hurt herself, to go past that certain path or something that really caught her eye for some reason. She actually had to stop and look at it, but she ended up like staring down that path for a little bit, while, you know, the guy's speaking about this eclipse he keeps on speaking about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Eclipse
that's coming, and like she's just like, you know, like focused at this one area of the hotel, like this path. She keeps on looking down.
She starts to reminisce and
yeah, and then she just like daydreaming type stuff. Yeah,
this line that comes up a couple times in the story, which is "Look in my eyes."
Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, ma'am," and then he got her attention and stuff like that, and he showed her to her room, and he's pretty much telling her like the room, it has no TV, it has no, you know, pretty much nothing. It's just the bare bones. You just get the bed and the bathroom and shit like that.
It's a poopy motel.
And he was like, even if you have a cell phone, you can't even get reception out there. So it's like, well, damn, like, but
he's like, don't walk around. It's a shitty motel.
Yeah.
Probably got roaches. Like,
yeah, and if there's anything wrong, he's like, just come get me and let me know if anything's wrong. So I'm like, okay. So and then it shows the splash page of the you know, who created the book and everything, and the signed HotELL. The writer is John Lees, excuse me. The artist is, I'm sorry, I'm about to butcher her name. The artist is Delbar Talajak. I'm sorry. The colorist is Lee Loridge. The letterer is Sal Caparino, and the cover artist is Care Andrews. So
yeah, shout out to you all.
Yeah, and that's
sorry if the name was screwed up.
Exactly. So, but anyways, after, you know, they showed who created the book and everything, it gets right back into the story, and she's sitting down. She's really tired, you know, because
she's pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant, of course. And it shows that she's tired, on the run from her baby daddy, because her baby daddy is abusive.
Her father is abusive.
He's an abusive ass, you know, person. Like, he actually he beats her ass and shit like that.
He beats her ass when she's pregnant too, which is really terrible.
And then every time he beats her ass, he always says like, look in my eyes, look in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what he does all the time. Every time he beats her ass. Yeah. So we fast forward. She has that flashback when she's sitting down because she's tired of him beating her ass. And then she's like laying down because she's so tired, and then she has this like weird dream of like,
yeah, things start to get trippy.
Yeah, so she has this dream, and it's her.
Oh, okay. So first is this conversation she's having back and forth with her baby father, and he's kind of just once again being abusive, this time verbally, and saying how, you know, if you leave me and you take my son, pregnant or not, like, basically, I'll kill y'all. I'll find y'all and I'll kill y'all. And if he can't be my son, then he'll be nobody's.
Right. Mm. Yeah. And the craziness, like he's grabbing her by the neck,
to strangle
her.
And
he's like, look in my eyes. Okay.
He's strangling her, right?
Yeah.
And then it starts to get trippy, and then like her stomach is like rumbling with like, you see like limbs.
Yeah, it's just crazy because you see the damn baby like moving around in her belly and stuff like that.
And then begin to like emerge out of her mouth, and her eyes are rolling back. So.
Right, and that shit's wild. Like, the baby's coming out of her mouth, and in the dialogue of the baby says, "He will not hurt you anymore, mommy. Come to me."
The baby starts to talk
in her belly.
No, they're outside. They're having an outside,
like an outer
dialogue,
outer body experience. Yeah,
they're like loopy and floating in the air and talking like, "Mommy, I'll protect you, mommy. Don't worry about anything, mommy."
So there's this weird. So the next page after that, it's still, it skips to like another weird outer body experience, dream, psychedelic, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it's like this
some acid
blast page of her and her unborn baby having dialogue with each other, and he's pretty much like saying like the baby's saying like, you are kind, you are caring, you will love me, mommy, and I will love you. And she's like, I already love you, even though I've never met you, and stuff like that. You know, like every damn mom says, especially this, she's a mom, she probably said the same thing by her babies and stuff like that. Like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Even though I never met you.
Can we move on?
But anyways.
Come on, can we move on?
So he's
please?
like, the baby's like,
next panel.
I'm doing it. The baby's like, you are meeting me now. We can speak here in this sleep. It's called the sleeping place. That's what the baby called it.
The sleeping place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, for years now, I've learned entirely around fear for myself. Fear stopped me from fighting back, from telling anyone from leaving. But now there's something that makes me even more afraid. It's the thought of you being born into a world of him getting his claws into you. And I won't let that happen. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's still, you know, afraid regardless, because she does know she's fear for the baby's life, because he's still alive and still around, and that he can still get to her.
Right, but she's at this protective mother bear phase where she's not going to allow it anymore.
Yeah.
So she leaves. She takes that initiative and that first step and leaves. And this is just her kind of coming to grips. At first, I'm assuming that this is her coming to grips with it and having that dialogue with her child about their change in lifestyle now.
Yeah, and then the baby ends up saying, none of that matters. It's you and I now, mommy. It's just you and I. And then she says, oh, my baby, I'm so happy. And then the baby's like, soon we can be together, always and always. And then
shit gets weird.
It gets weird. So I'm gonna show you the splash page.
After this.
And we're all adults here, okay? And this is just art, but I'm just gonna show you this crazy splash page. And there's a boob on it, but don't worry about it. Like I said, we're all adults, you know what I'm saying? But this is a really cool splash page by the artist. And like at the very end, it shows her sitting, holding her baby on her right boob. So that's that.
Okay, cool.
But you need to know that, though. You need to know that. And then she wakes up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she wakes up and she's like, she gets like this little leakage on her right boob. But the leakage looks weird because it ends up like showing like red, like a reddish, brownish color.
Shane was like, what's that? And I'm like, I guess she's leaking. I don't know. He's like, that doesn't look right.
Right. So she goes out. And she goes out of her room to get some air and stuff like that. She's sitting down and she's greeted by this weird dude. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude with like a thick mustache. He reminds me of damn, what's that dude with the mustache? The old actor, but I forgot his name. No, not me. I'm not an actor. I wish I was. But anyways,
when you had your mustache, when you shaved your whole beard, you had a mustache.
It is a story actually. It is a story now.
Like the 70s.
He ends up saying, "Howdy." You must be the lady who checked into room 1, am I right? And he said, I'm your neighbor, Bob Stanfield, in room 2. So now you know that there's somebody in room 2
right?
named Bobby Stanfield. So, you know, he's just introducing himself and everything. And she's talking about like, oh, you know, I didn't sleep too well. I don't think the place is adjusting. You know, the place is for me. You know, I had some weird dreams, so I didn't sleep well.
Let me help you get adjusted.
Yeah. So exactly.
Let me help you out.
Right. And he's like he's like hitting on her. He's like, oh, you're alone and I'm alone. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know that would happen. Why don't we? He said, why don't we spend time together and have some fun? And then next, you know, you hear another lady's voice come out of nowhere and she's like, Bobby, you're making new friends. And it's his wife, and then she's like, she says, you've always been good at that, haven't you? Such a friendly boy. Hello there, I'm Mario. I'm Bobby's wife. And then he's like, and then you know that he's in fucking trouble.
He looks scared. Because he looks
scared as shit.
He looks so scared.
And then she
I don't feel for him though.
Right. And then the girl's like, oh, busted. Good luck. And she said, nice meeting you, and thanks for bringing my husband back to me safe and sound. I'm sure you'll be seeing more of us.
So let me just say a comment on this.
Yeah.
This was cool.
That's in room 2.
Because it's foreshadowing what's to come as well. Like we get the introduction to Bobby and his wife, and we know that the next issue is probably going to focus on them and their story.
Right.
I'm assuming you know, this is my predictions. Ashley's prediction.
Right.
I'm assuming from the front cover that they are going to be the one in the S&M and the woman who is sitting down in the chair behind the curtain.
Right.
That would make the most sense to me. Plus, he's already shown his character being so sexually, like, gross and pervy. I'm assuming, like, you know, he's into some kinky stuff.
He's like a submissive type of dude.
Yeah, and then how scared he looked when his wife was like, yo, get your ass in this room.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So, and then, so we end up, after that meeting with the couple in room 2, she ends up going back into the room, and she has, you know, she ends up still talking to her unborn baby. She just, you know, has some dialogue with the baby. We don't know if it's a boy or girl yet. And she's just saying, like, I'm so tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night. I don't know what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? She's pretty much saying, like, she should have been left. You know what I mean? Like but she was so tired. Yeah, exactly. And she, you know, that's
still at this point, it's like, it's subtle hints that something weird is going on, but you don't really get the full scope yet, because being tired, being pregnant is normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Having lucid dreams when pregnant is normal.
Yeah.
Having leaking when pregnant is normal. So it's like, this is weird, but okay.
Coming from a pro, she's 2 babies deep, y'all. So she knows. But anyways, so it skips to her, like, going back to sleep because she's so tired, like Ashley said. And, you know, maybe, like she said, it's probably just a pregnancy or whatever. And then she goes into the sleeping place again. Yeah. And then they end up, some weird shit happens again with the baby and the dialogue again. Like, the baby ends up speaking a lot to the mom, and the baby says, yes, you're right to stay, mommy. You nurture me, you keep me warm and fed. I will do something for you. You are safe in my dreams, mommy. You are safe, but we have to leave. And then the mom was like, no, I want to stay. And then the baby was like, you have to think of a bad thing. Of all the bad things in the world, what do you hate most? And you obviously you know what the hell she's gonna hate. Yeah. Exactly. So, and then she ends up like, no, I ran away from this and I can't go back. And she doesn't want to go, you know, dream or think about
saying, no, you have to face your biggest
fear. Pretty much, and you have to face it. And then it opens up, and like the blackness from the sleeping place opens up to this scene, and it shows the back of the head of some dude that's driving a car, and then, you know, the baby says, do not be afraid. Remember, this is all just a dream. And then it shows, I gotta show you guys. It ends up showing, there's the lucid, you know, sleeping place. And then it shows, right there, it's like creeping into reality, you know, cutting through reality from the sleeping place, because it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's like some dimensions.
Right. And then,
so now we're in the back seat. We have a back seat view of her
abuser,
father.
the abuser, the baby daddy, and then it skips to the baby speaking and saying, yes, him, even now he's out there hunting, you know this. And then he says a lot of shit like, bitch, fucking bitch, bitch, fucking bitch.
That's his favorite word.
He says that a lot. And then so the baby ends up saying, the bad man should be punished. There is power in your hate, reach out with it, focus, look. And then the baby says, look in my eyes. And then the dude ends up looking in his back rearview mirror, and then he's, you know, his eyes widen up, and he's like, he turns around, he screams really loud because he's seen something really horrific. And then he flips his car and he crashes, and then it just goes back to the sleeping place with the mom and the baby. And then she's like, I could never do that for real, but it felt so good to have the power, even in a dream. And then the baby said, he will have no more power over you. I did this for you. I granted you your wish. And then it shows her sleeping, back to reality, showing her sleeping. And then, like this weird looking freaking hairy ass baby hand, grabbing her fucking boob
and grabs her titties,
and he was like, I will keep you safe, mommy, I love you.
Pulls it
mommy.
Down,
and then he starts sucking on
like
her titty.
Suckling her titty.
I'm gonna show you guys.
It's so sick. Scoot it up.
And then it goes.
Oh, look at this thing. What the fuck is this thing?
What the hell is
it's
going
like a
on
whole
here?
Man arm.
That shit's wild. But like I said,
crusty.
That baby's crazy because like it just like pretty much split reality from the sleeping place. And I think this really happened. You know, you think this really happened? And he's like, no, it's just a dream. Don't worry about it. It's not real. It's real. We know you killed that man or hurt that man or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So she ends up waking up again, and then she's like wiping her right leaking boob, and it's like super red this time. It's like bleeding.
Wiping down.
Yeah, and she ends up like she also just keeps on talking about how tired and how so tired she is. And she ends up saying like all my energy's being bled out of me, and she ends up throwing the bloody towel that she wiped her right boob with and flushing it down the toilet. And then she ends up like freaking out and seeing like this right hand reaching out of the wall, like trying to grab her, and she ends up screaming. And then she's like, no, and then she's like, oh, I'm losing my mind. And she's like, you know, probably sleep deprived or really just tripping balls. She just, you know, or just pregnant, like you said, just hallucinating, you know, and stuff like that. And then she's just like, she starts packing up and stuff. She's like, we really need to leave. I don't know why we haven't left yet. We need to leave. And then it shows like a panel of like the thing still getting flushed down the toilet. And she's like, I don't know why we haven't left yet. I don't know why I'm just sitting here and wasting time pretty much. And then it shows another panel of the thing still flushing down. And then she's like, but I feel like I'm missing something. Like she says that I feel like something's out of reach. And then it shows like these two eyeballs in, I guess, in the toilet getting flushed down. And then she said, I can't think. I'm so tired. And I guess she just goes right back to sleep. So it's like, it's crazy.
Can't fight it anymore. She's exhausted.
Right. And there's a pair of eyeballs inside the toilet.
Is sucking the life out of her through her titties.
Right. So it's sucking the life out of her titties. And then it flashes.
Crazy.
Yeah. Flashes to this scene of this guy bloodied up, and he's like, and he's like, help me, anyone, help me. I'm badly hurt and I can't see my eyes. And then it's this dude like, you know, holding on to the sign that says HotELL, you know, the direction of where it's at, where she's at and stuff like that. And he ends up saying his favorite word. He's like, that fucking bitch, that fucking bitch, I'm gonna get you. And he's like, I'm gonna get you, bitch. I'm like, okay.
I'm gonna get you, bitch.
I'm gonna get you, bitch.
Ain't never gonna stop getting you.
Yeah, so
bitch.
Right. And then it goes to this back to the sleeping place again. Here we are again. And it's the baby having dialogue with his mom again. And
now the
it's
baby's
just
pissed.
Yeah. And then she's like, I don't know. She says, I don't think I like this anymore. I want to wake up now. And the baby's like, I just want to be close to you, mommy. I helped you with the bad man now. And he's like, you will help me. Accept me as your child. And she's like, you are my child. And then the baby's like, no, it's better for the ritual if you consent. I grant you a boon. You grant me a home. You need to say it, mommy. And the baby's like, you need to let me in. And next thing you know, you hear like this scream, this like really loud for 2 panels. And it's this big, ugly ass looking hairy old man baby with no eyeballs. And like, she's like screaming. It's like a demon Danny DeVito baby. And it's like, just like, reaching out to her, and she's like, can they see it? Can you see it, Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because like look at the baby Danny DeVito baby, demon baby, and it's terrible. It's a really scary sight. So she's like, you know what I'm saying, that's how she looks like. And then the baby likes grabbing her, and then she's like
lunging at her with that.
She's like, no,
and like, mama,
right,
mama.
And she's like, no, stay away from my baby. And then the other demon baby's like, I'm your baby now, mommy. You said, I have done more to show you my love for you than that brat in your belly will ever. And she was like, no. And then this is crazy. The demon baby was like, I can take its place, chew it up, and drop it out of you, little piece at a time. And I was like, that's pretty nasty. And
That's sick.
Yeah, and then he was like, we'll be so happy together. I will never grow up, never know pain or fear. I will never leave you. And then she kicks the shit out of the Danny DeVito demon baby. And he said, don't you touch my child. And the baby like flops over the bed. and then she gets up and she's like, she's really fighting this damn demon baby, but she's pretty badass and pregnant. And she ends up like putting her hands around the demon baby's neck and she's like, I'm sorry. And he's like,
yeah, the demon baby says, well, if you don't accept me, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm sorry. I just wanted to be safe, to be somewhere safe and warm. And then next thing you hear the crick, and then I guess it just snapped the baby's neck right there.
Baby.
Yeah. And then she holds the baby, like the scene in I Am Legend where he holds his dog, before he kills it. And she said, please be okay, my love. It's just you and me now. Please be okay.
Now she's talking to her actual child.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, you hear... I don't know. I think she's talking to the demon baby.
You think she's talking to the demon?
Yes, because she holding the baby right there, the demon baby.
Yeah,
right
but she
there.
has her hand on her stomach.
Well, they're both her babies. That's both her babies.
I think possibly that demon baby put something in her to make her have a connection with him, like between the dreams and him sucking on her tit. Like she might have built a bond.
I don't know. I just think that she's speaking about. I mean, she still has her real baby. And she has the demon baby, and they're both connected.
Yeah.
So when she's holding it,
she does say "I'm sorry" before she kills it.
Right.
After he said that crazy shit about eating up and chewing her fetus.
Mm-hmm. And then she ends up sitting in front of the door, laying down, holding her baby, the demon baby,
holding both of them,
and holding her real baby, and there's like. Boom! And like a big old boom like shatters all the glasses and all the hotels. And it's like this flame just sitting in front of the hotel where she's at. And it's the eclipse that, the clerk was speaking about. And it's starting right now. And you see this man just, walking, towards her in the distance. And it's her abuser, Ted.
Her baby father.
Her baby father, Ted. And he has no eyes, no eyeballs there. It's gone. And he's like, Alice? And then next thing you know, she gives him the demon baby. Mm-hmm. And she says, it's a boy. And I will show you guys the last page,
However,
which is crazy.
He's blind now.
Right.
And there's fire engulfed everywhere around the hotel, as well as somebody is on fire.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen that. Did you?
Yeah.
Somebody right here is literally on fire.
Right. So... And that was it. That was the end.
That's a crazy ass ending. Because number one, my first thought is like, why is everything on fire? Mm-hmm. Why is there an explosion? Everything's on fire, and there's a person running around on fire.
Right.
So I'm assuming like throughout these issues, the 4 issues, that they happen at the same time. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think they happen simultaneously?
I think they happen simultaneously, and they affect each other in some type of way.
Whether
they realize it or not.
I definitely, I see that.
Because I don't understand why there would be an explosion and a fire and then an eclipse and then a demon
at
baby.
the exact same time.
All at the same time. Like, I think all of this has happened simultaneously.
Yeah. So if you guys, are psychological movie fans or horror buffs,
I freaking love it. Yeah.
If you've seen the movie 1114, that's exactly like this book. That vibe. Remember 1114?
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah. And Tom Hanks' son is in there as well. I forgot his name. I'm not good with names.
Baby Hank.
Yeah, Hank Jr. But anyways, it reminds me of 1114 and Creepshow and all those horror anthologies.
And American Horror Story.
Yeah, that you only because of the hotel thing. And yeah, I can say that too. It's all the same.
A good vibe from American Horror Story.
Yeah.
To me.
So
everybody's different.
For HotELL. Number 1, what do you rate it, Ashley?
I rate it
1 through 10.
Can you go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I want you to go
first.
Okay.
So for me, the art was amazing. The story was kind of, it was wild. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really scare me though. You know, it's not something that I was just like, oh shit, this shit's wild. But it was straight though. It wasn't too bad. I give it, for a first issue, I give it a 5 out of 10. It wasn't too bad. You know what I'm saying? It was a good start up. I can't wait to see what number issue 2 is going to be.
A 6.
Okay.
I don't think it's bad at all.
No.
I think it was pretty interesting, and I would love to see how the writers tie it all together.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm assuming that's going to happen. But for first issue, I don't know. It wasn't my fave.
Right. But like you said, I think this was just to set up for more things happening.
For more things to
because it's a 4-issue miniseries, and like I said, it's an anthology, but also like everything intertwines and comes together. So it was good. It wasn't a bad read.
I think with my rating, I just wanted more of a creep factor. Maybe. I
love like the intro was cool. Like I said, it gave me that old creep show vibe of him speaking to the person in room 3. So we're gonna get that issue, in issue 3, that story in issue 3, and in room 3. So, but we already know who's in room 2 and who to look for if they're going in that route. If that's what they're doing here, you know what I'm saying. But it wasn't bad. It's a good beginning. You know what I'm saying. It's not terrible. But I have to read issue 2 to see where this story is going. So that's why I gave it a 5. The art is amazing though. Yeah. The art is really good. Coloring as well. You know what I'm saying? And that was
I feel like that was the appetizer.
Right, exactly.
And then ready for the main course.
Right.
And to get more deeper involved. And see where it goes. And
we do, like I said, I have issue 2 as well. So we're gonna do a breakdown with that too. When we give it a read and stuff like that. But that was me and Ashley's full breakdown spoiler review for you guys of HotELL #1 by AWA Upshot Comics.
HotELL.
Yeah, there we go, HotELL. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This was my beautiful wife, Ashley. And we'll catch you guys in the next video, all right? Peace.
Bye.